persuasion is basically a set of fundamental principles that we use subconsciously all the time, mostly in our day-to-day life without even thinking about it, and especially in our business life. But what we want to highlight today is that if you spend time consciously working on the art of persuasion, you can take it up to the next level and your communication skills go through the roof, and therefore, hopefully, business profits too.
It's funny, I do sales training for a lot of companies, and sometimes I do sales training for people like salespeople, and they say, oh, I could never sell things to people that, things that they don't want. And I'm almost shocked, I'm like, how good of a salesperson do you think I am? Like we've got some kind of Jedi mind power thing going on. It's not manipulation. Persuasion is inherently positive. Manipulation is inherently negative. And you think of the way that we use the words. If you had a friend who had maybe a drug problem or something, you wouldn't have said to your friends and say, look, I'm going to sit Gary down and I'm going to talk to him and try and manipulate him into not taking drugs. You wouldn't use the word like that. You might sit Gary down, you might say, look, I'm going to persuade you to share some of your drugs with me. No way, that's no way.
Really importantly, you can only persuade the persuadable. They have to be interested before you can persuade. So what we mean by that is if somebody has picked up the phone, called your business, they've walked in the door, they're actually saying to you, hey, I want you to persuade me right now. I'm at least interested enough to have made the initial contact. Spend some time to persuade me. Yes, your customer might just come in and say, tell me how much it costs. But that's not because they don't want to be persuaded. That's because it's the only thing they probably know what to do when they walk into your business. The standard question is going to be, what's your best price? How much is that going to cost me? Because they don't know what questions to ask you. But they have told you right now, I want you to persuade me. I want you to spend some time. Take the time to persuade me.
And that's the thing that we see consistently. You can only persuade the persuadable. You think about the religious folks who go knocking door to door looking to save some odd souls. Are they looking for the biggest challenges? Are they looking for the people who need the most saving? Are they looking for the people who are maybe out drinking every weekend, taking every drug known to man, wild parties, much like this guy here? No, they're looking for the people who are teetering, people who are on the edge. You can only persuade the persuadable.
But before we do that, we're going to ask the question, why do supermarkets have flowers at their front door? Does anybody know?
Who's noticed the flowers by the front door when they go into their local Woolworths? They are everywhere. Your IGAs, some of your service stations have them a little bit there. They all do it. And it's not because they've done some market research and they said, well, we want to move some flowers here. We want to sell some flowers and we put them right near the door. That's how they're going to walk out the door. They actually have an ulterior motive. The flowers are always near the door because it subconsciously primes our brains to associate everything that's in the shop as being fresh and desirable and nice. The flowers are there to persuade us to come in and spend more money. The shopping centres are priming our brains, and that's why every time you go in there, you see those flowers by the door. One of the big things is being likeable.
It is. And we had a bit of a think about this slide, and we thought, what can we use as a picture to personify likeable? And we decided Betty White with a puppy was the most likeable thing
Is there
ever.
anything more likeable than Betty White holding a puppy? If you want to be likeable, be Betty White holding a puppy. If you can't be Betty White holding a puppy, then listen to some of the things that we're talking about. Yeah. Even just listening to someone can make you more likeable. Just the simple act of listening. Now, I know everybody in the room sitting there going, I listen all the time. Probably not, and I'm guilty of this myself. We're not listening. A lot of times we're hearing. And there's a variety of reasons why we hear and we don't listen. The average person speaks at 120 words per minute. Now, that might sound kind of fast, but as far as your brain's concerned, that is glacially slow. While they're talking, your brain goes somewhere else. I would love to think for the entire 2 hours that we're talking to you tonight, you heard that. I would love to think that you listen to every single word we say. But the reality is, there might be parts where you find yourself thinking, I wonder what the traffic will be like on the way home. What if it's going to rain again? How come you never see baby seagulls? Oh, he's just said something interesting. She said something interesting. Okay, I'm back again.
Reciprocity.
Is that a real word?
It's definitely a real word. I looked it up. I googled it. It's great.
It's a thing.
We have a real need as humans for things to be even. It drives us in many ways in our life. In business, reciprocity is something that we can use We can use that desire for things to be even by doing things for people. I like to say, offer someone a cup of coffee when they come in. That is a very simple act of reciprocity. You have now primed that person to be feeling like, hey, you did something really nice for me. I'd like to do something really nice for you, like spending a lot of money in your business. Emotional reciprocity works just as well. A genuine heartfelt compliment, again, can prime somebody to be feeling like they want to be a little bit more generous towards you. They want to do something nice for you.
So someone says, oh, look how much is that? That's a good-looking question. No, wait, I've got it wrong. We have a friend who has a business and they install air conditioning systems. These are not cheap systems, and what do they give away?
Whenever they go in to do a quote, they just leave a bag of jelly beans with their business label stuck to the bag of jelly beans. Now, it's such a simple thing, but it is something that makes people want to reciprocate by doing something nice, and you've got the bonus of when they're deciding who to go with, you've got number right there. But really, it's about that act that goes above what they had to do. They gave the quote, they gave great customer service, but there's that little bit of extra persuasion that they've left in that bag of jelly beans. We now want to reciprocate.